Hello friends, and welcome to another Modern League. Today we're going to be pondering the orb, playing Dimir Mill, and this list is a little bit different from some of the other ones that I had been seeing recently. Let me just adjust the size of these cards here so you can see I'm playing the 4 Archive Trap. The reason why I ended up choosing this list, it was actually fairly unique among the lists that I saw on MTG Goldfish, and it was also very clean. Like, we're playing a lot of mill cards, we're playing a lot of 4-ofs, and yeah, the job is really focused. The deck is really focused on the job, milling the opponent out, and that's the type of mill deck that I wanted to play today. Also, the sideboard, not a lot of variability in this one, but the cards that are chosen are very strong for specific purposes, so we'll see if that works out for us. Alright, we got a crab. Not a huge fan of this hand, but got a turn 1 crab. Their Lurus deck, we have Laughter. What the hell? Oh no, they're mulliganing. That puts more cards into their deck. That makes it harder for us. So there's a question of whether we should play the crab turn 1 or just Visions of Beyond turn 1. Playing a crab and then having them play a turn 1 removal spell would be really bad. And then we guarantee get some mill out of this crab if we hold it for 1 turn. This line is bad if we draw crab. It's also bad to a Thoughtseize. Okay. And we got the 0-3 crab, which blocks Ragavan. Oh, we did draw crab, though. The last Visions of Beyond, wonderful. Alright. We really need to draw that land. Land off the top, let's go. Oh, they have a fetch land. I wonder if they're going to be scared of Trap. I guess they've... No, they haven't seen anything yet. They've only seen, I think, this card. Oh, I wanted that card. That Watery Grave. That would have been really good. They probably take Laughter, would be my guess. Hey there, King Kumph. What's going on, right? How you doing? Absolutely. Always be dark side. Oh, they end up taking the crab there. Okay. Do we draw land? No, we miss. I think we probably go for Cycle Fractured Sanity here, try and hit land. Okay, we hit it. Only 11 cards in their graveyard currently. What a shame. Mill's pretty nice now and then. Oh yeah, Hideous Laughter really leveled this deck up. I don't think it takes too much for Mill to be the light side. I mean, we're not playing Ragavan. Okay, note to self, develop Izzet Mill deck playing Ragavan. Another Hideous Laughter. Would be nice to have a Fatal Push to get rid of that Ragavan. Wonder if they're going to be... I wonder if this is going to resolve first off. Yeah, drown the Loch. Someone at your LGS whose deck is designed to stop you from playing Magic. I mean, how did they do that? That's one way you could call a control deck, you know? Um, or a Ponza deck also does that kind of thing. Pox, 8-Rack. A lot of decks are designed to take all the fun away. So this extra mana from the treasure tokens, it's actually a really big deal. They're able to play extra spells and still have mana up to be able to counter my laughter. Cast a lot of Visions of Beyond here. None of them have really done too much. Flooded with Visions. Alright. Well, we haven't really been doing any help as far as the Death Shadows go. They've had to do all that themselves. Get a Crab. And I'll fetch land. Okay. Start with Crab. Play fetch land. Save targets. Always yield. Alright, now we're going to cast the Hideous Laughter before we crack the fetch. Hey, it resolves. Very not bad. Alright, they don't have a lot of cards left. And when we crack this fetch land, this is going to be a, if we manage to get the Crab to stick around, this is going to be a draw 3. I'm just worried about removal, so I don't want to fetch, and then they kill the Crab with this on the stack. Maybe I should have just done it on their upkeep. Okay, now we'll fetch, now that they've spent a spell. Ooh, dress down. Oh, I guess that's death. Womp womp. Oh, hold on. Have they fetched? No, they haven't. Ah, this draw card would have actually won us the game if they had fetched. Alright, so we're going to bring in Bloodchief's Thirst to be able to kill some of their critters. They can't kill us if they don't have creatures, right? Tasha's is super good. I'm wondering about the orb in this matchup. Got pretty close on that one. Yeah, resolving a Tasha's Laughter is pretty big deal. I like this one quite a bit. It'd be really nice if we had fetch land plus island. Ooh, Rune Crab doesn't get killed by Unholy Heat. That's sweet. Fetch land. Another crab. I need more blue lands. Um, hey, Catafall. Can I pay with card hoarder loan program directly via credit card? I believe so. Pretty sure that's what I was doing when I was renting from them. I don't remember exactly how I set it up, but they were definitely pulling out of my credit card. I feel like these would be questions better directed towards someone that works at Card Hoarder. If you go onto your MTGO account, you can actually start a conversation with a representative there. And they actually just have the name Card Hoarder, so it's really easy to be able to contact them. Otherwise, like you can get hold of them through the website or whatever. Hope you understand. It's just like I don't want to give any incorrect answers, and then you're like, oh well, Cooper said this. No, one of my crabs! You monster! But Cooper said. Oh, they're gonna drown one of my crabs in the loch? Well, it already got its trigger on the stack there, so we're still gonna get the mill out of it. Have I played a land this turn? I don't think I have. Let's go ahead and Visions while they're tapped out. Draw 3 cards, get a fetch land, very nice. Opponent concedes to the crabs. Too many crabs for the opponent to handle. Alright, think we'll do the same. I liked having access to the removal, although like we were so fast with all those crabs we didn't need it this time. No crab. Oh no, they're mulliganing! It's putting extra cards onto their library! They know my weakness, chat. Extra cards on their library. Ah, you fool. Fall into my trap. Archive Trap. Hey there, handsome! Merry Christmas, friendo! Thank you so much for the continued support, handsome. You've been here since the start, and we're just going to keep on going and going. Crab. Alright, so they've seen these cards, and they haven't seen the Scalding Tarn, so obviously we won't play the Tarn, we'll just play the Delta and pass. I think we don't play the Visions of Beyond yet, because we're so close to getting a Ancestral out of it. Amelia says Merry Christmas too. Fantastic. Tell Amelia Merry Christmas. Alright, so Fractured Sanity gets the Visions to draw 3 levels. I don't think we actually fetch yet, because if we... I guess it doesn't matter, right? If we draw Crab, we might as well fetch then. Because we're going to need the mana to cast it anyways. I'm going to leave the Visions over here on this side of the hand. So remember that the second Vision has not been seen by the opponent yet. They only know about the one. Okay. Pretty flooded here. Ooh, Crab. We play Crab. Okay, play Fetch Land. And then we pass. Okay, so they're going to push immediately. We'll let them Surveil. Puts a card on top. Okay, then we'll fetch. Go get Island. Cast Visions. Did they fetch? I think I can actually just click on this. It'll say cast for 0. I think we do just go ahead and Visions again, because, like, they can't counter right now. The thing is, like, we would actually have to discard to hand size if we Visions right now. Right, because we go down to 5, then back up to 8. So I think we just have to let this pass. Yeah, that's true too. We could just bin a land. Poor Crab. It wouldn't be a big deal to just throw away like a Watery Grave or something. Here's a Croxa. Cast Visions of Beyond. In response, draw 3. Got a removal spell for the Dragon Rage Channeler now. I guess we'll take the damage. Okay, now we'll hold up Drown in the Loch. And then next turn, we just have Field, Trap, Laughter, and just do all the things. Tasha's will do it next turn. I think we will hit like 20 cards about. Oh, they're just going to put Luris in hand? No, okay. So... Archive Trap. Drown in the Loch. And this should be Scoop Phase. Woo! Yep, seems fine. Oh no, they're a Yorion deck? I only just noticed. Oh no! That's my worst nemesis. That's brutal. They're a Yorion deck. Oh man, I don't even want to play my Crab turn 1 because they could have ending for it. This is bad if we draw Crab. But we don't lose too much tempo for playing a little bit cautiously here. I think that's the second time we've been punished for not playing Crab turn 1. Alright, we're going to try and save the mill off this land for this Crab, if possible. They do have Prismatic Ending. Should I just go ahead and fetch now and get the guaranteed... Yeah, let's just go ahead and get it now. Fractured Sanity. Let's play the extra Rune Crab here. 2 endings down. Alright, play fetch land. Always yield to this Crab too. And pass the turn. I expect to be able to get this Archive Trap to go off here. Okay, we have a stop on the end step here, so I should be able to get priority after the fetch has resolved. Only just getting past 60 cards now. This is such an uphill battle. Okay, here's Wandering Mind. If we had kept the fetch, we could have Fatal Pushed it. Guess it doesn't really matter too much. Alright, so I guess whatever they reveal is going to go on top of the Solitude. Yeah, I didn't expect to want to cycle, though. I was pretty sure I was going to want to just cast this. That's a fair point, though, Handsome. Mill 14. Oh, they have Force of Negation for that. Was not thinking about Force of Negation. Alright, we're actually out of mill stuff, and they still have nearly 40 cards left in their library. Maybe I should have just held up Drown there. I'm not too sure what I'm supposed to be playing around is part of the problem. Oh yeah, Endurance. Yeah, I guess this is a really terrible matchup, huh? Like, one of the worst? Okay. Yeah. And Tasha's Hideous Laughter is not going to get us too far, I don't think. Let's see how many cards we get off of it while they don't have... Well, I mean, they could still have Counter Magic up. They could have another Force of Negation here for us. Only 14 cards. Okay, Oboro can pick itself up so that you can replay it when you have crabs. So that may make sure that you always have a land drop. Some play one Endurance, but usually with Call Package. Definitely will expect to see some in the out of the sideboard, and I'm not expecting to be able to win this matchup. It seems horrendous. Oh yeah, Wandering Mind is a card that's been seeing a little bit more play thanks to Aspiring Spike. Oh wow. Hideous Laughter, we're almost there. They have 10 cards left. How many cards did we get with Laughter? Wasn't very many then. I think we got 14 last time, so maybe like 10 cards. Alright, opponent, punish me. Show me that main deck Endurance that you've been holding in your hand this whole time. Well, they still have lands in their deck. Ooh, going down to 7. So risky. If I get fetch land here, that's almost all your cards gone. There's Solitude. Okay. So yeah, the Solitude takes care of the Rune Crab. So I don't have, oh, Tasha's. Don't have a counterspell. Don't have a counterspell. Oh my god, we just won the game. How does that even happen? 3 Tashas, that's how. Okay. So it's hard mode now. And that was pretty lucky for us. I'm thinking Mesmeric Orb is actually going to be pretty good in this matchup. Fatal Push doesn't seem that hot, but we might actually enjoy replacing that with Bloodchief's Thirst, which gets their Planeswalkers. And for extra mana can get their other creatures, whereas the Fatal Push was just sitting dead in our hand the whole time there. Spell Pierce is another thing to think about, but it doesn't counter Endurance. Another thing we could think about is Soul Guide Lantern, so that when they cast the Endurance and try to put it... Yeah, so when they cast the Endurance, we can Soul Guide their graveyard away. So we do have a couple of options, couple directions we can go. We just have to figure out which direction we want to go. You handsome there. You're thinking about Extirpate. Extirpate would also be an option to be able to get rid of the Endurance. I'm just realizing now I didn't even see it before. We have no Surgical. I guess that's what came out for the Mesmeric Orb. Gotta test Pauper for Sunday. We're going to be doing some Pauper on Tuesday and Thursday. Not sure if I'm going to be able to make it home in time for the big tournament on Sunday, but I'm going to give it a shot. Oh, I hope they don't have Emmy. That would just be pretty difficult to play through. I mean, the opponent's deck is already really difficult for us to play through. Inside MTG, thanks for the follow, friend. Ooh, cutting Tasha's isn't something that really came to mind because generally it's such a good card, but in this matchup, you could absolutely be right. I'm not a fan of this hand at all. Has no crabs. This hand, however, has multiple crabs. We'll keep this. Man, the lands are just... this Field of Ruin has been haunting me with my crabs this whole time. Oh, that's an interesting thought. Being able to extirpate something with high mana value to make the Tasha's better. Correct, Vindicate. Glimpse has been supplanted. There's just better options, and a lot of people want to be able to also have the opportunity to play some sort of interaction, like Drown the Loch, Fatal Push, so we just don't have room for it all anymore. So yeah, we want a Watery Grave, pay the life, play a Crab and pass, and then next turn, hopefully we can play Crab and fetch. It's kind of funny though, like Glimpse used to be one of the best cards in Mill. 2 mana, 1 card, Mill 10, super good. But now, you know, like we're playing 0 mana, Mill 13, or 3 mana, Mill 20. Punisher, thanks for the follow, friend. Okay, here's Renin 6. Just going to go ahead and archive Trap in response. Alright, did not hit any endurance off of that. Did hit a couple of Veils. Interesting to see those. I'm gonna pop this out anyway. Nice, okay. First thing, play Crab. Second thing, play Fetch. Alright, we're going to set up our yields. Save targets, always yield. And always yield. No endurance yet. We're going to go ahead and fetch. Get another Watery Grave. And hope we hit endurance here. Alright, no endurance. I guess we could extirpate the Omnath and take a look at their deck. This is basically just their best card. And wow, do they only have one endurance? There's only one. Okay. And it looks like Extirpate automatically exiles out of the graveyard. Cool. Ooh, do a draw step to potentially get that extra card out of their hand. That could have been good. It's not like they have any opportunity to counter or whatever. Hey, Metamon. Yeah, and to see their draw. Good point, everybody. Yeah, definitely would have been better to wait. Get that little bit of extra information. Potentially pull a card out of their hand. All that work, they still have 40 cards in their library. Oh, 41, if you want to be precise. Could Feel of Ruin, or we could Laugh. Kind of like Field of Ruin here. Would have been way better, obviously, when we had the 2 crabs. Could mess with their mana a little bit. We saw that they have Force of Negation in hand as well. Maybe we can draw another crab later and use the Field of Ruin. And there's the Force of Negation. So we're basically out of resources here. Opponent not in the mood for laughter. I mean, it's fair. I didn't do the homework before playing the deck, and I don't have a list of jokes to be telling for Tasha's Hideous Laughter. So it's probably better that it's counterspelled. There's a Teferi. Don't you bounce my crab. Don't you do it. They bounced my crab. Oh yeah, forgot we have Luris. Hey there, Luris. Krabby Patty. wondering if we should just take Eternal Witness out of their graveyard. Lurus doesn't have anything really out of the graveyard. Oh, we hit the Endurance. Okay, so we don't have to worry about Endurance anymore. Especially if we get rid of the, what's name? Hey, Spectre! Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Thank you for the support. Cheers. Oh, you watch on YouTube? Fantastic. I really enjoy how YouTube and Twitch kind of like are really excellent cross platforms. You know, like YouTube brings people over to Twitch, Twitch brings people over to YouTube. Hey, thank you, Spectre. Renin 6 is going to be a pain. So we could hit Force of Negation, so they wouldn't be able to counter anymore. Hitting Eternal Witness means they can't get Endurance back. But yeah, them having access to Force of Negation would be really bad. Oh, right, I can't because of Stupid Teferi. Ugh. Forgot about this guy. Just ruining my plans here. My situational awareness got mussed. Yeah, they only have one endurance. If they had any more endurance at all, we would have absolutely hit that. Which is why I was thinking about hitting Eternal Witness, because that potentially gets them... oh, man. I think we're losing this one, friends. So what do they have left in their library? Okay, so there are no Eternal Witnesses left. They have another Fury, some Solitudes, a bunch of Planeswalkers left, some counterspells. And they only have lands in hand, which is going to be pretty good with that red and 6. I think we're still going to lose this. Yeah, exactly. They're ultimating the red and 6. They're attacking in for 6 a turn. I don't think that we're going to be able to have any chance here. Like, they can just Lightning Bolt us forever with the red and 6 ult. Just depending on how much red mana they have. So yeah, that's 3 Lightning Bolts. That's death. GG. I'm actually surprised at how close our clocks are. I figured for sure with my pace of play that I was going to be way behind. Hey, Metamon, thanks for the host. That's true, that's true. Yorion does have a lot of buttons to click. They got a lot of stuff to do. Hey there, HNDK. Should have taken the bolts. I mean, like, It's damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation, right? Like, we leave their counterspell in, then we can just never resolve anything, and they're attacking in all the time with Fury, or they bolt us to death. There was no winning that situation. So what were we thinking about pulling in instead of the Tashas? Packing for the Xmas vacation? Okay, cool, cool. Could bring in like a couple Spell Pierce maybe. Soulgang Lanterns, kind of so-so. $10-hour train ride. Oh, that's a long trip. How many cards is Tasha's mill? Say like 12. So it's just worse than Fractured Sanity and Archive Trap. I think I'm just going to, I don't know, like I would love to get some Soul Guide Lanterns in here, but I feel like we're really starting to move away from the mill plan. Yeah, like I was thinking they were going to have a bunch of endurance, which is why I had the Extirpates in. All right. Very surprised to see that they were playing only one endurance. Shocked me. All right. They're obviously going to have the turn one. Uh, get rid of my crab. But every time I haven't played crab, I've always drawn crab. It's just like, what are you gonna do? You know? Hey, we got rewarded this time for playing the crab. Very not bad. Just go ahead and mill 12 on turn 2 with my crabs. And I got more where that came from. Get in there! Yeah, that's right. Ooh, the Fury. Fortunately, that only hits one crab. Unless they had Endurance. Or, no, sorry, not Endurance, Ephemerate. Then I would cry a little bit. Hey, it's okay, Giuliano. I know that a lot of viewers here aren't exactly native English speakers, and that's okay. I think it's really impressive that so many people outside of North America are so versed in language. Um, Now, this is pretty much like one of the worst cases for us. Just lost all of our crabs. We're going to have this great turn with Fetch Land, Mill 12, Fractured Sanity, Mill another 14. Now we just have nothing. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Getting Luris there would have been the better play. Could have put a crab together pretty soon. Don't have a lot of time with this fury breathing down our neck. Why did it have to be Yorion? Remember when people used to say Yorion wasn't good? I remember. Alright, so Crab could be like a blocker for Fury every turn, but we also got to contend with whatever else the opponent has in their hand. They got a lot of good cards in their deck. Pop that out, get a better look at what's going on. So they've already lost their Eternal Witnesses. Hey there, Dylan. Good morning. Puts Yorion in hand. Visions does draw a lot of cards. Oh, they're gonna Solitude or something? Oh, there goes the Endurance. Nice. Alright, let's see if we're dead, or if maybe we have a chance. I'm gonna cast this Visions, I think, end of their turn. Don't want to get it Force of Negation, it's like one of our last things. They have Bolt. I mean, they have a million cards right now, so they could, have any number of things that would just kill us immediately. Bye-bye, Luris. So we can actually take this hit, go to 1, and then the Renin 6 kills us. I guess we have to block. If we go to 1, because they've already used the Renin 6, right? Yeah, okay. So we play Hedron Crab, play Field of Ruin, and then that's 612 mil. That's nowhere near enough. All right. Now we can ponder the orb. So we'll always yield to these. Okay, obviously we have to block again. Use this Field of Ruin, destroy something. One of their white sources. We're giving it a shot. Go on and tap some of your lands. No, not that way. I guess we'll Spell Pierce this. You know, maybe if we draw another Mesmeric Orb, that's good. But, like, what else are we doing, I guess? I mean, we played hard. Gave it our best shot. But this is a really, really bad matchup for us, right? Alright, that ends the game. We can drown in the Loch, one of their creatures. I guess we could drown this, and then they, you know, they still kill us, because this is 3, this is 1 more. Alright. This hand is pretty obviously a mulligan. Don't need to think too hard about that one. This one will keep. Probably just get rid of the Fatal Push. And draw Basic Island off the top. Hey, Metamon with the resub. Thank you so much for the support. Enjoy the new emotes. Yeah! Hey, Aburikima. You got the manas to open a chest? We'll take care of that in a little bit, my friend. Missed my archive trap, or did they do that on my upkeep? Cooper's turn, they activated that on my turn. Okay. Take care, the chest might be a mimic. Oh no! Milieu. Ooh, interesting. Alright, so they're playing blue-white control, but they don't have the companion. Alright, so they fired my crab? How dare you fire my crab? Play another one. Metamon, alright. Get your chest open in a minute here. Another fire on my crab. They're just not having it. Crab Nation is not pleased with this. Alright. Well, let's laugh and see if that sticks. 8 cards, that's it? Wow, that's terrible. 8 cards. Shamanic Revelation is great in an Elf Commander decks? Oh, that's cool. Ooh. I kind of like just playing the Orb here. Okay, always yield to that. Unfortunately, these are all sorceries. So that's kind of like leaving ourselves open to counter magic if we cast these cards. But then again, if they counter our spells, they have to tap their lands, right? Could just get Luris here. Then we're doing a thing and we're not playing into their counter magic. How would you like to scry with Castle Ventress? No, Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, it's all sorceries with Teferi. Oh, they go get Prismatic Ending so they can end the orb. That's pretty good, actually. With the Teferi tick-up being able to play the Prismatic Ending at instant speed. Snapcaster Mage is still good. Snapcaster Mage is still a good Magic card. Alright, so they only have 2 cards in hand at the moment. So we could Fractured Sanity, which gets a lot of their cards if it resolves. Or we could try Luris Crab. The thing with Luris Crab, we don't have any lands to play afterwards. I guess, yeah, 1, 2, 3... No, we just don't have anything else. Luris Crab would be our whole play. Kind of like just going for Tasha's here, and then holding up Fatal Push. Could potentially kill a Colonnade if they try and get aggressive. No, we can't because it's a fairy. Well, we get rid of this anyway. Yeah, can't hold up anything ever. Alright, we're going to F6 here, and we drew Rune Crab. And it looks like they made a new Teferi. I know some people are saving up for it. If we play the Crab, we don't have the mana for Fractured Sanity. We could play Crab, Field of Ruin, Bounce Land, Play Land. If this resolves. We should probably crack... Oh, that's a... Are we supposed to do this first? I guess, like, either way, if they have a response, we're not going to be able to do all the things. Dress down. Okay. So if we return this, it doesn't actually do us any good, because Crab has no abilities. So might as well just pass. Alright, they only have 13 cards left in their library, and they still have to kill us. Chalice on 1. So Rune Crab is no longer being cast. You can still cast Sanity, and if it resolves, we win. We could cycle it and hope to hit something else. Okay, opponent actually just conceded because I'm taking too long. Sounds like a control player that has no more win cons. Very possible. I mean, like, they can go forever with big Teferi, but, you know, like, they tuck Teferi, we mill Teferi, they're still dead. I mean, cycling doesn't win by itself. The thing is, the opponent has so few cards left and so little time to present a lethal threat. That's one of the reasons I was considering cycling the Sanity. It just takes, you know, like 4 turns off the clock and is uncounterable. Yeah, Ace Cold. I was surprised at that myself. I had just like expected it to be there, and when I was inspecting the list later and it wasn't, I was kind of shocked. Yeah, seems okay. Crab? Oh wow, it resolved? Didn't expect that. Maybe they just have the okay, they just have the ending for it. Makes sense. They don't want to crack that fetch land. I don't blame them. We're almost at casting Archive Trap, but Field of Ruin guarantees we get the opportunity. Nice. Bunch of traps go off. How about draw 3? Can I do that too? Nice. Just get to do all the things. Thanks. Alright. Now you can take your turn and do your things. That's a pretty good thing. Alright, so we play Field of Ruin, get rid of this, and then we'll still have 3 mana for Fractured Sanity and Archive Trap. Nice. Go. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, managed to beat the control deck. Alright, we got the play. We got a 2-land hand with crabs. Their Aluris deck. Because we have a bunch of crabs in hand, we guaranteed want to play a crab turn 1. So we can potentially get the double crab mill turn 2. And they're the O3 crabs, which is great, so they don't die to Unholy Heat. They need, like, Lightning Bolt. Ragavan doesn't kill a crab. Can't even attack through crabs. What good is it? Not very. Let's pop that out, get a better view of what's going on in their graveyard. Okay, so they do have the Unholy Heat to kill 1 crab here. But it looks like they are stuck on lands. Oh, that's good for us. Tasha's is basically lethal, yeah. I'm wondering, like, how many hits do we think we're going to get with Tasha's here? I'm going to say 26. Right on target. Exactly 26, friends. Alright, your turn, opponent. Hey! Brookhaven with also the 26. Great minds think alike. Heard that somewhere before. Alright, you want to take a peek at my hand? So opponent says 6-1 Fenomeno. Not quite sure what they mean by that. Probably salt would be my guess. But I don't know. It could be something else. I mean, it sounds salty, but it means great. It means you are great. 6-1, you are great. But like in a salty way? Ah. Alright, cool, cool, cool. Let's see here. How do we want to deal with the opponent? I don't think we need too many changes. Honestly. Like the Tasha's Hideous Laughter is so good. So the question is, like, do we want to go in for Soul Guide Lantern? I already really like the Fatal Push. I think we want to bring in Bloodchief Thirst, just to, like, guaranteed have some source of removal. And then we can probably actually take out Mesmeric Orb. I don't think that they're going to be tapping as much as, like, the control players say. Spell Pierce for Thoughtseize. 6 in Italian is sai, like the verb to be. Okay. Hey, Mick Slash with the resub. Thank you so much for the continued support, my friend. Really appreciate that. Thanks for using your Prime sub over here. And enjoy the new emotes. Oh, Ace Cold, you're Italian? Okay. So you got the line on all the cool lingo? Not a huge fan of this hand. Don't really like it. I hate mulliganing against a Thoughtseize deck, but, like, what are we even doing with this hand? This one's not too great either, but at least we have Tasha's. We have a Visions to reload if we get it off. We have a removal spell for their monkey. Unless they dash it. then Thirst doesn't work. Greetings from Argentina? All right. Greetings from Canada, everybody. Ah, Inquisition. So they could probably just take the Tashas here. Thoughtseize glitch. Just thinking about, like, what if I draw Crab off the top? I'm going to want to have kept my fetch land. I'm just going to play Island here. It's going to be difficult to cast that Yasha? You mean Tasha? Now they know it's there. Dashed Ragavan, yeah. Do we want to just use Visions just as a cantrip to at least get some value out of our mana? Yeah, they're going to dash this going forward. They know about the Bloodchief Thirst, so... All the laughter. Just laughter forever. Ugh, terrible, terrible! Just the worst. Bloodchief Thirst, not an answer to Ragavan. Well, at least they're not going to get any value out of that. Take it off the top of my deck. I don't want that. They have so much mana now, though. And I hate putting that last card into our graveyard. We should have left the Visions in hand so they wouldn't be able to counter the Tashas with Drowned. Now, that's the wrong Crab. This one does not block Ragavan. Crab was waiting for us to crack the fetch land and then Crab on top. Let's go. No removal spell. How do they still have 58 cards? Oh, they just, like, added a ton of sideboard cards into their library. They're playing with extra cards here, is what's going on. Yeah, exactly. They jammed the sideboard. They're playing with Scourge of the Skyclaves. It's been forever since I've seen that. Well, that's something we can kill with Thirst and then Tasha's them. Madness of Death, thanks for the follow, friend. Only 20 cards this time. So I think we take the damage from the Scourge. And I don't know. What are we even drawing into here? Like, we have the field to be able to hit a few things with the crab. This is 9 damage, puts us to 4. And yeah, hope they don't have Lightning Bolt, which they do. Okay, so we're dead. $74 cards. So yeah, they did literally put their entire sideboard into their deck. That is hilarious. And they even kept this hand. Play the crab so they can't Thoughtseize it. Oh no, do they have Lightning Bolt? Okay, it's just Ragavan. It's just Ragavan. Oh, we get Drown in the Loch? Oh, nice. So we can kill the Ragavan. That's actually pretty cool. Do we need to kill the Ragavan right now? Like, it's not really necessary yet. We can just wait. We have a block for it, and then if they try and kill the Ruin Crab, then we'll drown this. Otherwise, it might be better to just counter something else. Like, maybe we can just counter the removal spell instead? Alright, so this is another 6 cards. Goes to 12, which is not enough for Visions of Beyond yet. Alright, so they do have the Unholy Heat. Pogzilla, thanks for the follow, friend. Oh, they have Flusterstorm. Okay. Ragavan's going to get some work done. And they still have almost 60 cards left in their library. Because their stupid strategy is going to work. Imagine putting 14 sideboard cards into your deck and it working. Alright, so they're... Oh no, Soul Guide Lantern? Opponent's graveyard, okay. So they can't exile their own graveyard. So Visions of Beyond is still going to be good. Just going to go ahead and cast that, so Visions of Beyond will be ready to draw 3 cards next turn. I kind of would have liked that Fatal Push, you know? I would have liked that card. Alright, Expressive Iteration takes 2 cards out of their library. It's one way to look at it. Mishra's Bauble takes another card out of their library as they draw. They're doing some of our hard work for us. They target themselves, so I'm pretty sure they're going to fetch here, or at least have access to a fetch land. They could fetch later if this is a card they want to draw. I'm going to go ahead and Visions of Beyond on upkeep before they draw the card with Bauble, I think. Because that way, if they want to counterspell the Visions, they're going to have to fetch and lose the card that they wanted to keep. Alright, so opponent's actually taken some time to think about this one. They decide to fetch in response to the Vision, so it looks like they are going for counter magic here. I really wanted this Visions to resolve, honestly. Still, making them fetch away that card is pretty nice. Kill that. Don't have a lot of resources left here. The monkey is gone until the next one shows up. Where are my young wolves? Oh, they take a land off top. Ooh, they got some more stuff they want to play here. Is this a Scourge? Yup. That is a lethal Scourge right there. And we just draw land. Ooh. So we can play Luris as a blocker for Scourge, and that's it. No, we can't even play it because of the change. So we have nothing. Literal nothing. Awkward hand with these fields, but yeah, we're going to keep this. We got double crab. Esper Sentinel, so we're playing against Hammer Time. Well, Fatal Push is going to be pretty good against Hammer Time. Question is, how much time do we have? And are we going to find Hideous Laughter? Nice draw. Oh, they're playing Core Outfitter. Okay, that makes them a little bit better against Tasha's. Now, they don't have to worry about the life loss from Silent Clearing, at least. Another Esper Sentinel. I think I'm going to Fatal Push this one in response. We could get them to draw 2 cards, so that's pulling more cards off the top. I don't know. Giving them more cards is so risky. Ah, Sigardizade. Could drown this in the Loch. We could just hold up Drown in the Loch. I kind of like that. Kill the heck out of that. How many hammers have they milled? Great question. 2. So they have 2 left in the deck. I think we let the Stoneforge get the hammer, and then we can drown if they try and kill us this turn. And if they don't, I guess we can field? Celtic's Banner, thanks for the follow, friend. Etgors, thanks for the follow. I think we let this land, let it target, and then kill the Esper Sentinel. Could also just counter the Colossus Hammer, and then they're still drawing cards. Pure Steel Paladin. They don't have enough artifacts yet to move the hammer. Oh, there's one of them. They need one more artifact and they can move the hammer. Damn. Okay. Well, we gotta set up blocks now. I guess we can take 1 hit. And then we get to keep both the crabs and do field, which gets rid of 6/12 cards. Pretty risky to take a hit like this. Good card? Hey, love another crab here. I think that's just lethal now. Okay. We managed to win against Hammer Time, casting 0 Hideous Laughter there. We'll bring in Bloodchief's Thirst. I don't mind Mesmeric Orb in this matchup, but having the extra removal is so important. Excuse me, so important. And then also, like, Extirpate to take Hammer away. Super good. So this is a fairly good matchup for us. I remember in previous iterations, Hammer Time used to actually run Eldrazi in the sideboard so that they would be able to potentially have game against Mill. A lot of the Hammer Time decks that I've seen have stopped doing that, and we've already seen that the opponent is on the Orzhov version of the deck, or at least we believe so. We've only seen the Pain lands, right? We haven't seen them fetch. But a lot of Hammer Time decks are moving towards Orzhov to be able to play Thoughtseize, and I think those versions aren't going to be playing Eldrazi. This hand does not look good to me. This hand looks good to me. Keep that. I think we get rid of Fractured Sanity. Archive Trap is kind of hard to go off here. I guess they do have a few ways to search besides fetch lands. Ooh, that's scary. We're going to want to hold up Fatal Push. This is actually the turn 2 kill, potentially. Ginger Brute. Okay, so they are putting the hammer down on something. Oh, it's a Shadow Spear. Not as scary. But I kind of want to do something with my mana here. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe I should have just held a Fatal Push. And just taken the damage and, you know, like, try and save ourselves versus the hammer. Yeah, in hindsight, I like keeping the Fatal Push. Alright, they have one card in hand. Please don't kill me. Die to a hammer here. Ooh, we are so lucky. Alright, so they're going to go get Luris, which means they're going to have access to their hammer in a minute. Still haven't searched out at all. Stupid archive trap, not doing any work. Now we got another one. They just sit here rotting in our hand forever. And they're at 13, so add 6 is 19. Visions of Beyond still doesn't work. We'll just put Luris down as a blocker, I guess. So now we can block with Hedron Crab and get it back. We could also block with Luris just to gain the life. No hammer? Again, no hammer. Alright, so they get to play... Oh, they have the Urza Saga this turn. Really? Why didn't you just play Luris into put hammer on Gingerbrute there? I'll never know. Alright, Field of Ruin be a real good draw here. Get Oboro instead. So we're dead. They just move the hammer over to the Gingerbrute and we die. Close, though. If these archive traps had been able to go off, we would have won, but if wishers were horses. And again, like we saw, 0 Hideous Laughter. And this is the matchup where Hideous Laughter is just best. I mean, they still... Oh, that would be interesting, because the Pure Steel Paladin would actually mill them out. I was going to be like, well, they would still win that. No, they actually would lose that if they place a Stoneforge Mystic here. Okay. So now, if the equipment goes on the stack, we win. So they might actually just be killing themselves here, even though they already had lethal. Put the hammer on the stack, you fool. No, they're too smart. Pure Steel is a May? Okay, good point, good point. Well, I mean, they might not know exactly what's going on. We'll see. So we let this resolve, and then the Pure Steel Paladin trigger goes on the stack. Casting a hammer from the graveyard now. They just want to do all the things. I want to do all the things too, so, you know, I don't blame you, opponent. I'm going to hit F6 now. So it's up to you. Do you realize that you don't have to draw the card? I mean, it says right on the screen, yes or no, so... Chooses not to use the Paladin's ability. Yeah. They're super smart then. Alright, so do we... They didn't use the Sigardazade ability either? Huh. They chose not to use the Sigardazade ability by mistake? Instead of, like... So they had to say yes to Sigardazade and no to Paladin, and by mistake they said no to everything, and their mistake is my gain? So... We'll take it. We take those, friends. So this is the mill deck that I was playing today. I decided I wanted to play this one because it had a different look than a lot of the other mill decks that I'd seen on MTG Goldfish, primarily having the Mesmeric Orb as a main deck card. However, didn't do nearly as well with it as I had hoped to. Partially, that is my fault. Being unfamiliar with the list, I was making quite a few misplays, but also, like, there's a reason why a lot of the mill decks look the same, and they don't look like this. So I think next time I play mill, I will play what everybody else is playing with, like, Murderous Cut and whatnot. Still did have quite a bit of fun with it. Do really enjoy this kind of strategy. And, you know, like, we came up against some hard matchups, like Yorion in the first league, and then a Tron deck with Emrakul in the second league. So that's the kind of thing that you're just going to have to accept as a mill player, similar to if you're playing Burn. You're going to have to accept that you're going to have some difficult matchups because your opponents are going to be gaining life, you know, just as part of a natural part of their strategy, or, you know, maybe the damage that you do to them is going to actually help them out, you know, like a Death Shadow. In any event, it was fun to play with Crabs again. It was fun to ponder the orb, and hopefully we'll do a little bit better with the deck next time.